Hey there. This video is helped to give some instruction and some direction for those who are using CCB and volunteering in ministries to help you get comfortable and certain about how you can sign up for specific positions, how you can check on your schedule, how you can swap with someone else or decline if you've been scheduled for a date that's no longer available for you. I'm going to be using the ushers ministry as the current example, but obviously almost all these things will work in other ministries as well. So please feel free to take advantage of this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Martha. Here we have the home page of CCB when logged in on a computer. There is the lead app on iPhone and Android. I recommend everyone who can to use the computer instead. I think it's a much easier interface to navigate and probably a lot less confusing. You'll see over here on the left, we've got a variety of options. You may have fewer or more options depending on your privileges, depending on your role here at Res. But for today, the thing that we're going to be focusing on most is the My Serving tab. And My Serving is what we'll be clicking on to check out the various dates that Jane Doe, who is the user I'm currently logged in as. Jane Doe has a variety of assignments that she has already been assigned to and accepted. And we see here that Sunday, December 24th, Jane Doe is set to usher at the 9 p.m. service. Sunday, the 31st, she's set to usher at the 9 a.m. service, and Sunday, January 7th, the 11 a.m. service. You can see that over here in the calendar, every date that she is serving has a little green indicator underneath of that day. That's really helpful if you're into calendars and like to have a visual look. There's a couple other things that we can be looking at as well. So let's say that Jane Doe has realized that she actually has in-laws coming in on Christmas Eve, and she's no longer able to serve at the 9 p.m. service like she originally thought. You can see here that right now her status is accepted. It's not pending, and she hasn't declined it. She could decline. And if you hit decline, it gives you an opportunity to put in a reason to decline. The other option is you can click here in the white space of the day, and then you have a variety of things that pop up. You can, again, decline the request. You can find a replacement. And by doing so, it's going to email everybody in that ministry and basically say, hey, is anybody else able to take my spot? If you don't want to do that and you want to swap with someone else, you can specifically swap with someone by taking a date of their time. So let's look at the 4 p.m. service. You could ask to switch with somebody at the 4 p.m. service instead of the 9 p.m. service. The other thing you can do is you can actually look at the schedule of the day. And by viewing the schedule, Jane Doe is going to have an opportunity to look at all of the people who are signed up to serve on that day. And we can see that there are a variety of folks who are already scheduled. Ben's going to be the quarterback. Bob and Brian and Michael are all serving at the 9 o'clock. So that's helpful because if Jane wants to try and find a replacement, she can see who's declined and so who's not available. She could see who else is serving earlier in that day. This is our 10 a.m. service, our 4 p.m. pageant, our 6 p.m., and then our 9 p.m. So having this grid and being able to look at the schedule gives Jane a really good idea as to who's already working, who has not worked, who she might reach out to personally to try and find a replacement. So those are all options. Again, there are some other things. You can message the scheduler. That would go to the person who's responsible and in charge of this ministry, both Hillary and Todd at the moment, with myself as a third. So all of these options are here under the one particular day. You can do this for any day that she's serving. Those are really good options in terms of controlling the communication about when you're expected to serve, when you've committed to serve, or how you might opt out of serving. A little bit of Yeah, no, we're not going to go into that, but there are some other options as well that we'll look at in another video. The last thing I want to say is that there is also the option here in the Manage My Serving. You can also voluntarily look ahead to other Sundays, other days in which serving is an option. So if we go to Browse Open Positions, go Browse Open Positions, and we'll see that, look at this, starting Sunday, January 7th, there are multiple options for Jane Doe to sign up as an usher at the 9 o'clock service or the 11 o'clock service. And literally all it takes is just for her to take that, boom, all of a sudden she now has that new service on Sunday, February 4th, has been selected as a service where Jane has signed up to be responsible as usher number 1 at the 11 o'clock service. That's excellent because it allows for those of you who like to plan yourself out in advance. It allows you to choose the Sundays that you want to serve. And if you choose Sundays that are convenient for you, you'll probably find that you're going to be not asked to serve on other Sundays because you've already kind of done your serving for the month. At this point, we are asking people to try and serve on average twice a month. That's kind of what we need in terms of our current number of ushers. And so if you want to take the initiative and go ahead and sign up for those Sundays in advance, you can do that for as many weeks as we have scheduled in CCB. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions, again, please reach out to me or Martha or Todd. And we're really hoping that these tools and this database creates an efficient and streamlined way for people to volunteer and for us to communicate with our ministry teams so that, so we're not spinning our wheels needlessly, but we're getting down to the business of serving the Lord and loving his people. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Take care.